the last 3 years, series finale has been America's fastest rising television critique / hetero gay erotica podcast. Started with a simple idea. What if comedians watched the series finale of a television show and discussed it to comedic effect? But then they stumbled upon the gimmick that would rocket them to the stars. They would watch the series finale of a television show they'd never even seen before. Add one John Paul Rivera, subtract a string of talentless open micers that had previously welcomed as guests, and you get a recipe for podcast gold. Over the next 3 years, they would watch dozens of shows and discuss every major issue of the day: race, gender, class, and the debate over the pronunciation of Latinx and Latinx. Now, the boys are looking forward to big things in 2021. They'll be moving their operations to Austin, Texas to be closer to Joe Rogan. And they've just announced a deal that makes them the first Google Play exclusive podcast. But we're not here to discuss the future. We're here to reflect on the past. Welcome to the Series Finale Awards. And welcome, boys, Jack Burke, John Paul Rivera, and Zach Brazow.
Yay!
Yes. Thank you, folks, for joining us. Yes, we appreciate it. This is our third annual finales, which is an exciting time for all of us, because what it means is it's the end of one year and we're moving into another year. And usually, you know, that's a really good thing, right? And this year we're hoping that it's a good thing. But last year, our finales, you know, they ushered on 2021, which turned out to be pretty bad for a lot of people. But
It was a good start, Jack, but it didn't usher in 2021 last year.
Yeah.
math is hard for me.
That's not even math. That's just counting.
Maybe I should not have done the intro.
Jack, you could not currently pass a concussion impact test.
It's not like this is the year that has been said over and over more than any other year, Jack.
Can I ask for one of the boys to do a broad strokes breakdown of 2020?
I think that's a great idea. Quick BSB, Zach.
So we started the podcast in New York City in 2020, right? We're going good. Jack got deported to Chirac for some U.S. military assignments on the South Side. We stayed steady. We talked about debt. We cured depression clinically for anyone who suffers. And then we were really hot on the trails of the U.S. political situation. We would start a lot of our political debates with me saying, as everyone believes, this is true. And John Paul would often answer, this is not how everyone feels. But eventually we came to the process where we settled on the one fact we could all agree on, which is that the vaccine is completely fake and Joe Biden is in Guantanamo Bay. And Black Gold is such a good show that we should turn away from wind and solar and pursue oil. Because back when then the men were made of iron and the rigs were made of wood.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful. That was an incredible broad strokes. That really sums up the year. I mean, you hit all the most important parts.
Right.
There was also an election or something, I think.
Right. And you didn't say anything about coronavirus, which is kind of shocking, but
we played minimal role in the podcast.
we did predict the coronavirus as well, which was kind of an impressive feat. You know,
what is that?
We predicted the coronavirus.
Yeah, what's that?
There you go. All right, please put yourself on mute if you are not part of the podcast and you have a little penis like Matt Parks.
What if you're both? Do I have to go on mute?
Yeah. What if I want to be, but I?
Okay. So yeah, why don't we, I think that's a good rough intro into the podcast, and why don't we start the awards?
Who is getting awards?
So
is it just you guys giving awards to each other?
No, the
sounds
program.
Like someone hasn't watched listened to the
I
first 2 years.
I'm thrilled to be here though.
let's bring up the first category, and the first category is probably the most basic one, which is just best finale, and the options that were nominated were Bridalplasty, Nurse Jackie, Bonanza, Dance Moms, and BoJack Horseman.
This is a big category to start the broadcast with.
Yeah, it seems like maybe this would have been the one to end on, I guess.
Yeah. It's one of
This
those.
is how
Is the lineup written up and down or down and up?
Well, in a lot of award shows, they'll save the biggest award for last, but we always start. We do the opposite, you know. So we just start with the biggest award first, so that people can get that out of the way, and then really settle into until we get to sound editing.
It is the least funny award for sure.
I have a question. Is this best finale for like what series finale did or the actual television show?
It's only shows that we have covered on the podcast that year.
No, but I mean like, so when you say Bridalplasty, do you mean the actual finale of Bridalplasty or the episode you guys recorded about that finale?
Oh, good question. Good question.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a podcast where three comedians watched the last episode they've never even seen before. I think we're all keeping
No,
it.
it was a good question. You mean, are we ranking? Is this a vote on our best performance? Or
That's what
No.
I'm talking about.
No, so this is the way it's ranked is the best show.
Okay.
It's like what our show was the most enjoyable to view.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Your
rating
opinion.
the actual TV content.
Yes. Chris,
Gotcha.
what do you have to say? I appreciate the raising of hands. That is helpful.
No, I was moving something on my desk. I have nothing to say.
Parks, I saw you wave your hand earlier. What would you like to say?
I was told to raise hand for Jack to lose his shirt, so I was just following my duty here.
That's later.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
keep it up.
the finale. Wait, all right. Crean, back to you.
Yes, back to me. And the winner is, this was very close. This was tied up until we started the start of the show. It was very close, but the winner is Dance Moms.
Oh, of course.
Yes, of course.
Dude, there was never any doubt. Abby Lee Miller, the absolute queen of them all.
Bridalplasty was very good though, and did have a backstage murder, which is gives it that oomph.
I don't know. We don't know how many people Abby Lee Miller killed when she was backing up in her motorized wheelchair and not looking both ways.
As a paraplegic, do you think Abby Miller gets to cut the line for the vaccine?
Ugh. Abby Lee Miller hopefully has been quarantining hard. She is definitely high risk, and we thoughts and prayers to her. She did get in trouble though for doing a black square during she got in trouble. She put a black square during that social media moment where everybody was doing that for Black Lives Matter. And then immediately all the posts under it are like, dude, you're racist. You're racist. So, we hope that she's learned from that experience. And, we wish that she could be with us tonight to accept this award of, greatest finale. There was some hilarious moments in that episode that I do think that everyone should watch. And if you've never seen Dance Moms, like it's worth watching that final episode.
We should notify her that she won.
That's a good idea. I'm going to be making up little award images. I already had the template, so I'll tweet them all at the winners, and we'll see what kind of responses we get.
You can definitely add this accolade to the Wikipedia page and cite this recording, and it'll probably be intoned for it forever.
That's a great idea. This is why we end
This
the
might be
Patreon with
Abby Lee
Midnight
Miller's
Movie.
way back to stardom, way back to show business,
Yes.
Is there a Wikipedia page for a series finale podcast?
No.
No.
It will
Not
be
that
soon.
we've made.
Yeah. Ori, get on that.
Wow, man. That would be wow. I'm shaking up. I feel like the woman who was like, she freaked out when she got the award at the Oscars. You know that woman?
Sally Field, you like me? You really like me?
Yes, exactly.
Wow, nice pull, Steve Hubbard.
Thank you. That's why I'm late. I was looking that up.
Okay.
Wow, and that's, I mean, that is an award for a show that people like. But let's move on to an award for a show people did not like. The next category is worst finale,
Oof.
and the nominees are Final, Magic City, Playboy Club, Chris Angel, Mind Freak, and Frasier.
Wow.
All
We did-
male shows.
We did not watch Frasier, so whoever voted for that is a jerk.
And Zach is good out to point out the anti-male bias that exists in our podcast and in society.
Specifically, the shows about like men doing men things, like being playboys, running nightclubs, and Bobby Cannavale's horrific performance that was so bad. You know who I thought lost this. This if he wins, this is a Bobby Cannavale. This falls squarely on him.
Should we call the award the Bobby Cannavale?
Worst finale.
Yes.
Now the question is it an anti-male prejudice, or is this a case of male mediocrity?
It's male
Female-
mediocrity. That's what I meant to point out. Male mediocrity, absolutely.
Definitely. But Uri, if you don't fucking raise your hand next time, you will be kicked out.
Thanks, babe.
All right, Rob. Let's hear the winner.
The winner is, by a fairly a reasonable margin, the winner is Vinyl.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Take
Final-
that, Cannavale.
Final stunk so bad. That had Ray Romano in it as well.
But this was Cannavale's boof. He boofed it.
Was it in the Everybody Loves Raymond canon, or was it?
Yeah, Deborah at this point was a aspiring folk singer, touring with Joni Mitchell.
I just remember it definitely, it seemed to want to be like a cool 70s movie TV show. And it wasn't very good. I didn't have the same level of hatred that Zach did for it, but I appreciate that he was passionate.
The one part that I really hated about it was at the end when they were like, we're going to become a punk group. Like, we're punk people now. And then they're literally, it just looked, my biggest takeaway was like, everybody looked like they had just gone to Target and got the Ramones t-shirt and then like spray painted the big A on the wall. It was very lame. And, you know, it made me think a true punk rock and roller like Chris Player, he would be very disappointed in a show like Vinyl. Chris, if you want to go plug your podcast, please do it now.
Hell yeah, Punks on the Net, baby. Check it out.
Forget about it.
This is the episode we also learned that Jack was a fan of punk, but then struggled to remember the name of The Clash, talking about the audio documentary that he listens about them.
I'm surprised because like The Clash is one of the most white reggae punk bands out there.
They're like the most punk band that gets played at every wedding. You know.
Haters.
I have been having punk nostalgia, so I will listen to your podcast, Chris. And no more series finale. I'm jumping off board.
Yeah, if everyone wants to jump ship, that would be great. If you only got time for one podcast, I would say.
Okay, this is backfiring quickly.
Now, of course, the series did start in Boston, and of course, the most famous punk band from Boston is the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. Their biggest hit was "The Impression That I Get." And speaking of impressions, the next couple of categories are best and worst impressions. Starting with best impression, and the nominees for best impression are Mike Tyson by Zach, Bobby Kelly by Zach from Torgasm, Karl Malone by The Last Dance, Ricky Ray Rector by Jack, Frasier by Kelsey Grammer, and Sean Connery by Jack. And the winner by an overwhelming margin, 35.3%, is Mike Tyson by Zach.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me, everybody.
Yeah, we need a speech, the acceptance speech.
My acceptance speech is I just want to say I'm so happy that I won, and I'm glad I don't look like Bobby Cannavale. Because
No, wait a minute now.
Whoa.
I don't think recount.
Wow.
they're saving your award for later.
It feels way weirder to do the Ricky Ray Rector voice on camera in front of people.
It doesn't feel good for us either.
I do feel that
I do want to point out though, I don't know if anyone can really doubt the veracity of Ricky Ray Rector. I mean, do you know that he didn't sound like that? We don't know.
And I do want to say one thing too. As much as we maybe the voice is a little inappropriate about Ricky Ray Rector. Name one other podcast that is talking about Ricky Ray Rector more than us. We are shining a light on a tragic story in America.
No, ultimately it's activism. It's absolutely activism. And if, in fact, Abby Lee Miller, instead of the Black Squish, should have just shared your impression on Instagram.
Speaking of impressions, let's get to the worst one. So the nominees for the worst impressions are Sean Connery by John Paul, An Irishman by Jack from Normal People, Ricky Ray Rector, Jack, Leland Stanford, John Paul from Hannah Montana, Frasier by David Hyde Pierce, Canadianks by Zach, and Zach's Tyson.
Oh,
those are the nominees.
Ooh.
I nominated Canadianks. I was happy with that.
I can see Tyson walking away with both awards here.
Well, Zach's Tyson got 35.3% of the vote for best impression and 41.2%. So the winner is once again Mike Tyson. Can we get a speech, Mike?
I won and I lost today like Fall Rivers Mayor Javier Correa. And for that, I'm very happy.
Do you feel a little bit like the boxing match you just had with Roy Jones, where there was not a prescribed winner?
I feel that even the people who voted for Mike Tyson as best may have meant it as worst. It certainly made me question some of my past preconceived notions about my ability to do this accent.
I thought Sean Connery was a lock for John Paul. I really did.
No doubt about who does the best, Sean Connery on the podcast. And if you got a problem with that, well, maybe I shouldn't let you have the last word.
Oh. Okay, who here wants to try their Sean Connery? Raise your hand. Laura, let's see it.
That was a hand raise, Laura.
Laura, you raised your hand.
You have to now, it seems like.
Nope, that
was
was
a
an
hand raise.
accident. That was an accident. I was
That's not what
trying
Sean Connery sounds like. Try again.
Okay, yeah. Well, Sean Connery sounds like cut the fucking shit. Okay, all right, muting.
That was spot on.
I think it's time for us to turn away from the boys for a minute and shine the spotlight on the fans who have done some great work over the last year when it comes to memes. This is the category of best fan meme. And the best fan memes are, actually, one second, let me see if I can, 1 second here.
If you have to, Rob, if you need to if you need to explain them with your voice, that's sort of how we do memes on the pod in general. Okay, this will work.
Wow, this is
work.
beautiful.
So this is these are the best fan memes by Uri Shatil, which is it's Drake pushing away. How do you describe it?
Drake pushing away.
Drake pushing away. Meme week shows no sign of slowing down or getting old, and I don't know who the other people. I know this is.
I believe that's the guy who created the
It's Mitch Glazer.
Mitch
Glazer, and that's Martin Mull on the bottom.
Mitch Glazer was the creator of Magic City. He was the original Bobby Cannavale.
Yes. And then
I will say this: I was nominated for the most esoteric meme I could have possibly made. No words in it.
A lot of artists don't get recognized for what they consider their most commercial work, you know?
And then this one is by John Brady. It's sweating superhero. There are two buttons. One says disavow, one says redacted, and it says Zach after hearing Jack impersonate a man with Down syndrome. Next nominee is by Troy Burdett, and it's a guy smiling.
Good spelling.
Yeah, that's BURDT is how it's spelled. I think that. Yeah. And it's a guy smiling, and it says, "Me excited to listen to a me minute," and then a guy looking disappointed saying, "Me listening to John Paul talking about how much he hates the me minute."
That's another esoteric one, I guess.
I thought
just-
it was pro worker. I appreciated his concern for John Paul's happiness. I thought that's the true union option.
This was created by Kevin Quigley, I believe, or Paul Cyphers. This is Paul Cyphers, actually.
It's SpongeBob standing up. Me after turning on a Rocco Siffredi video, I'm head out.
I still haven't seen Rocco.
Yeah, you don't want to. Okay, what?
Wait, can we do a screen share of a Rocco Siffredi video? while we're here?
Oh my god!
I don't want to hear any offensive Italian accents, so I'm going to turn it down.
What was the winner on that one? I didn't do a good job of choosing those because to be honest, there's been a lot of great memes, and the meme week was like maybe the best part of my whole quarantine. So, that was really fun last year.
Meme week was truly special.
Oh, also there was another option, which was anything John Baglio did. What a virtuoso! But it didn't get a lot of votes. The overwhelming win. This is 68.4% of the vote went to John Brady. Disavow, redacted.
Oh, sweating superhero, John Brady.
Way to
John
go,
Brady
John.
is like one of our original fans. He is such a cool guy. He taught me about kratom. He taught me about sobriety. He taught me that you can be sober but still post memes about doing drugs, which I appreciate.
And I will say this, John Brady is one of the original fans, but it also seems like we might only have original fans.
We got to get an acceptance speech in that voice, Jack, for you representing John Brady, like the Native American woman accepting from Marlon Brando.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
No, I shouldn't do it. You know what's so funny? Sometimes when I get really paused up and I like slow down, I kind of sound like it anyways. It's like I'm doing
Did you just say when you get really paused up?
Yeah. When you put me in a moment where I'm like, I sort of do the voice on accident.
You should Google paused up, POZZED up. It's slang in the bug chasing community.
What does it mean? Oh my god!
Really?
Like
Yeah.
positived up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not how I meant it, but Wait, and I do the Zoom group chat is on fire right now. Laura Severse has admitted to being a huge fan of Rocco Siffredi.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which everybody knows that Laura has problems. Okay, I also Laura, is this wink twice if it's true? Me too. All right.
I love him.
Good. See, you're just pro sex, and I appreciate that. Zach is such a negative Nancy about sex, and so is John Paul. And you and I are out here on the front lines being pro sex and pro Rocco Siffredi, who I'm sure has no allegations whatsoever.
He seems like a good guy, and I watched a documentary on him, and I just love him so much.
We might be talking about the different people. It's definitely possible.
She's thinking of Rocco Baldelli.
Do you not know about the documentary about him?
There's a documentary about Rocco Siffredi, the guy who is making
Yes.
buttholes wink every night.
Yes. Do you not know this?
I didn't know
you need
that.
to watch the documentary. It's on Netflix. It's so good. Yeah,
maybe
he's that guy. I mean, he's
next-
got problems. Whatever.
Maybe next year we'll be up for an award on the finales.
I'd be happy to speak on it if you need a guest.
Okay, great. We could do that. All right, Rob, what's the next one?
I can speak on pretty much anything Gabby Carter, if that helps ever.
That always helps.
Dan Thomas? Yes. Don't worry. The Gabby Carter Award is coming up later in the show.
Dan, did you hear about Gabby Carter from this podcast?
I'm going to say yes.
That might be our legacy.
That's why he's on the audio.
He's pulling a tube in.
The next category is Best Hometown Reference. The nominees are Zach Plays Grease Hog, series pilots, Above Ground Pools in Shrewsbury, Shrew's Deli, Indians in Shrewsbury, John Paul going to rent pornos with his dad.
I want to clarify for anybody who's a little confused. I didn't go to rent pornos with my dad. I would be at a video store and my dad would go peruse the porn section while I was around. But while I was in the store.
He chose parenting or porno over parenting. That was a great story. I love that. I love that episode talking about old video stores. Come on.
That was a good episode.
Nominated next year, maybe.
Gallo video,
Also,
right?
this is did anyone else here play this game that we talked about in series pilots that Zach talked about? Greased Hog, where you like take a watermelon and grease it up and try to grab it in the pool.
I was a big hogger.
Yes, Greased Hog is a classic.
We hogged upstate all the time.
You did this in Shrewsbury, or?
No, this was in Marshfield, Massachusetts.
It must be a South Shore thing.
No.
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 But AJ was playing it popular? Because for Zach, it was mostly watching other people play it. That was
a dictator.
Cuckolded by the grease hog.
We played. We hung out around the edge of the pool until it was your turn to go after the hog.
Oh man!
Did you draw a pig face on it or anything?
No, it was just a watermelon covered in Vaseline.
Purely metaphorical.
I guess while we're getting sort of a viewer poll on these type of things, so who else here has bought porn with their parents?
I'm not. What? Oh, it's not that weird. We're in the store, so why not go just look around?
Hold on. This is an official cease and desist demand from me, Vern Troyer's lawyer of Lawyer and Troyer and Lawyer Inc. And I am here to tell you, series finale podcast in your award show that you officially have to stop. Your podcast on behalf of my client Vern Troyer for all the times you've shamelessly mocked him and made fun of him on your program. Vern Troyer is not able to be with us today, unfortunately, because he heroically passed away on the events of September 11th. When he used himself as a body shield to prevent Mark Wahlberg from dying, when Mark Wahlberg heroically saved us from all of the terrorist attack, effectively, therefore, and heretofore, effectively preventing 9/11 from ever happening. Which is why I will note, if you open up your calendars, you'll see that the calendar ever since September 11, 2001, it goes from now on September 10th and skips and goes right over September 12th because Mark Wahlberg prevented 9/11 from then thereon and thereforth, according to the state and adherence in our date of Lord and Savior and our Mother and Mary. Now, I would like to point out, too, Exhibit A, right over here. Now, unfortunately, Vern has passed away. He's no longer with us, but he did preserve his penis as a sick burn towards John Paul Rivera, whose micro penis still is just slightly shorter than Vern Troyer's penis, and that is a sick burn that I would like to present to the court and Exhibit A. In Exhibit B, I have a record of the number of women that Vern Troyer has slept with in accordance to the law. which is quite a sick burn towards Jack Burke, who, although has a tremendous, gorgeous, beautiful penis of girth and stature, regardless of the wonderful tools that the Lord granted him with, he still somehow is unable to match the number of sexual encounters that Mr. Troyer has been able to in his short life. And when I say short, I am, of course, referring to Mr. Troyer's height. And here in Exhibit C, as you can notice over here, Exhibit C, Mr. Troyer would just like to say to Zachary Brazow, hello. He has no qualms with you. You're a pretty cool guy. So now, here forth and thence forward, moving on from according to the state, you must cease and desist this broadcast, or therefore you will legally be referred to according to all local accordances and zoning laws. You will be referred to as cucks. And I am Vern Troyer's lawyer of Troyer of Lawyer and Inc. And Lawyer, and I represent all Vern Troyers. So if you happen to have a Vern Troyer who has been insulted on the series finale podcast, you may be due compensation. So please reach out to me, Troyer and Lawyer Inc. in lawyer.com.
Can't believe that we were interrupted.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, guys.
I mean, I think it's pretty big news for us to have a commercial like that in our show for a law firm. That's a big deal.
You took that as a law firm commercial?
I mean, yeah. If he did advertise for services at the end, so yeah, that was a commercial.
Our first ad.
Anyone affected by the smear campaign of series finale? It's like the vaginal mesh ad. Anyone affected by it, just contact.
It seemed a little targeted, John Paul. That'd be like if a cop handed you a warrant and you considered it an ad from the local police.
John Paul, do you have any comment on the micro penis situation?
I just want to point out that it is really sad that Vern Troyer that he passed away when he did, especially because right when he died, he was actually working on another remake of the film Walking Tall. That's it.
All right, Rob.
All right, let's go to the winner, and the winner by a very wide margin, 66.7%, goes to Above Ground Pools in Shrewsbury.
Oh,
wow!
I still think the above ground pool is a sign of just disgusting white trashiness. And this is from a guy that's telling this from the inside of the van he lives in.
Yeah,
that's not a bus?
It's a bus. It's a municipal bus.
Oh, God. Oh, that award is coming up shortly. So that's actually a great parlay, because recently Zach had some weird arguments about what qualifies for a bus and what qualifies for a van. So
yeah.
So is that award next, Rob?
We can skip to that. Let's see.
Skip it.
Skip to it.
Zach's dumbest opinions.
Dumbest opinions.
I read them all and I said, these are all great opinions. I stood by every single one of them in perpetuity.
And the first one is, there's no professional career path for dancers. Claire Danes is white mediocrity.
Oh, it's a good opinion.
Depression can be cured by running.
No.
And finally, the family from Little Fires Everywhere is middle class.
Which family?
Good question.
Before we release the winner of that, does anybody from the audience have any other suggestions that should have been put in there? In the year of 2020, Zach had a lot of bad opinions. So if you have any more that were left out, now is your time.
Definitely, yeah, definitely saying that vans aren't buses is classist.
I think Zach's worst opinion is that some people think that Achi, as in good morning Achi, is short for Ahmed. That's what Zach said because he didn't know.
Oh, I said that?
Yeah,
I
you
already
said-
knew Aki. Aki means friend, right?
Maybe it's my brother, but on the show you were like, some people think it might be short for Ahmed.
Me. I guess I thought that. I was some people.
Exactly.
Wait, what was my bus opinion? I thought I supported vans are buses, based on the dollar van theory.
You said that it was classist to say that a van was not a bus.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. John Paul's in a bus right now, and anyone who says otherwise hates above ground pools.
I did get picked. My school bus in preschool was a van. I got picked up in a van, but we called it a bus.
That means something.
Yeah, I went to a special ed preschool. We called it. Jack would pick me up. First, a different Jack, an old guy. He'd pick me up on the bus, which was just a minivan. Caravan.
Also that Zach had to look up if in the Holocaust they use humans as human chess pieces. It's a fun blind spot for a guy.
That's bad.
That was from the Amazon Prime series Hunters.
Yeah,
Hunters, yeah.
That's from Heather Merriman, by the way.
That's a very good one. And
Thank you, Heather.
Can I add one?
Please.
I've never seen Vinyl, but this whole Bobby Cannavale trashing, can't stand it. He was fantastic in Boardwalk Empire. I think he won an Emmy for it.
The reason that
I want the record to reflect that he is a fantastic actor.
You
regardless of
need
the
to
show.
watch Vinyl, Parks, because that's why it pains me. I love Bobby Cannavale.
You have not sold it at all.
He
sounds very
missed
bad.
so badly that it will make you rethink his whole career.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep him near and dear to my heart as he is.
What about Henry Cavill? Who is it that doesn't like Henry Cavill?
Well, that's actually not a bad Zach opinion. That's fact. That nobody knows who Henry Cavill is.
That's a bad John Paul opinion, right?
It
that
just came out
is.
that he was supposed to be Edward in Twilight, and that's like that means something.
That's low class too.
Who's
Nobody
that
would have
movie
heard
with
from
Team
him.
Henry.
If they had Cavill.
Isn't he Superman?
Allegedly.
Are you
All right,
guys
so
still stuck on Brandon Routh?
Who won the award, Rob?
The winner is Running Cures Depression. It's 5.6%.
Can I make a correction? I think the exact phrasing was vitamin D and walks.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
cures depression.
That's correct. Running is too bad on your joints. That will increase depression, but walking and vitamin D will cure it.
Yeah, I think you're confusing Zach with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise depression.
Oh, man.
Running cures other mental illnesses, as that movie about the guy who liked the Eagles told us. What was that?
Forrest.
The playbook, something.
Okay, we've gone off the rails a little bit with
Yeah.
the raising of the hands thing, so I want to reinstate that. Come on, folks.
You guys just mentioned Tom Cruise, who of course was in Born on 4th of July. And that leads me directly to our next category, which is Best Stolen Valor.
Ooh.
The nominations are, one second here, or Best Actor Stealing Valor is how it's phrased actually, are John Cena in American Grit, Patrick Laboyatro, am I saying that right? Yabloro in Jag, Dog in Dog the Bounty Hunter, Joseph Mazzello in The Pacific, and Steven Seagal in Steven Seagal Lawman.
The SEAL Team 6 guy, David Bonaducci, what's his
David
name?
Boreanaz.
David Boreanaz. He should have been in there, but SEAL Team was a pilot, so I didn't write him in. But
Oh, well, yeah, good to take the rules seriously in that one moment.
I had to. I had to uphold the integrity of the finales.
Is there a year-end pilot award show for Patreons only? Come on. The Pilates.
So, who's the winner of that one?
This is a surprising upset. It is a tie.
Wow.
Wow.
John Cena and Steven Seagal both got 33.3%.
Wow, two great men, two fantastic patriots.
Can you imagine them in the ring in like a Royal Rumble?
Can I wrestle it out for the victor?
I can imagine John Cena in a Royal Rumble quite easily.
That would be amazing to see, really. I mean, Steven Seagal would be in trouble, but I feel like he might not back down. It would be bad, probably.
The Steven Seagal finale in Lawman that we watch is like, it's amazing. And the reason that show got canceled was because he murdered a dog with a tank, right?
Steven Seagal Lawman season 3 was filmed in Maricopa County, Arizona, which was the county where Sheriff Joe Arpaio reigned. That was the super right-wing sheriff who got pardoned by Donald Trump. And the sheriff's department let him drive a breaching tank that he drove into someone's house, which he touched and killed someone's dog.
Oh God.
Oh.
That was a bad dog. That was a bad dog.
Tank was standing its ground.
And then, just to keep it consistent with his films, he then also broke the dog's elbow.
Now that was the joke. That was great. That show sucked ass. All right. How many more awards do we have, Rob?
I don't know. A few more. I think maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. Every time I try to move stuff around, it like jumps all over the place and it's confusing. So I'm just gonna say the next one is best top beef.
Ooh,
The nominees
this is a
are
big one.
This is very important.
John Cena, American Grit. Fat Joe, She's Gotta Have It. Big Ange, Mob Wives. Michael Landon, Bonanza. The Big Show, The Big Show. And the dead guy from Sopranos.
Well, I do want to nominate
Dead
one
guy.
more person, and he's in this Zoom right now. I want to nominate Matt Parks, who has a very barrel-chested top, and what if you show the hair, people would really get a sense of what type of beef we're looking at. See, look at that.
Aged beef.
So, I mean, this is easy. If this doesn't go to Michael Landon, I'm going to be in total shock. He's the originator of the top beef slogan, and so it's a true sham. It's a kangaroo court situation if he doesn't win this.
He's the originator, but he's not.
Down? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say he's the originator, but some people take it and make it better. You know what I mean? Like there is someone on that list who's done a better job with top beef than what Michael Landon originated. Michael Landon's like the Model T, but Big Ange is kind of like the Tesla. She took it to new levels, places you didn't see it going.
Model T.
And by the way, just in case you guys don't remember how that conversation went on that episode, one of you, I think John Paul, said that Michael Landon looked kind of like me, and then Jack said, no, he's very attractive.
Dude, I don't think that was me.
Probably had to do a lot of running after that, Rob.
Jack, it didn't work. But this is another upset. This is another tie between Michael Landon and Big Ange.
Wow.
See, they can walk together. That's beautiful.
In heaven.
They're both in heaven. That's true.
They should
They're
remake
definitely
that.
both in heaven.
They should remake that Chadwick Boseman, Kobe, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Welcome to Heaven King with Michael Landon and Big Ange.
If it catches on.
All of the series finale like stars that have passed away should be in like one of those giant posters. That would be so sick. Little Vern
That
on a
would be
throne,
awesome.
you know. Beth Chapman. Just
Big
you know,
Ange is a big star in the series finale. We're this year specifically because we did of course Mob Wives for a finale. We talked extensively about Big Ange, but Big Ange is also. I'm sorry, did we do the finale of Mob Wives or the premiere? We must have did the finale.
we did
right?
the finale because she died shortly after.
Yeah, but then we also did the finale of Growing Up Gotti, and Big Ange has a cameo in that. She's in both shows.
Wow, so much star power in both those titties. Oh, what, dude? To be honest, that's my best impression. I can't believe I didn't get nominated for that, even though I made the nominations.
Can we get a little? Can we get a short?
Oh, hey,
little,
hey, so if you're part of this family, then you gotta walk tall because we're tough people. That's how she sounds. Is that a good big Ange, or does
No,
did nobody
that
think?
is a good big Ange. We were all quiet because we got sad because we miss her. I felt like she was in the room.
Oh, rest in
Jack,
peace.
you know how Kanye gave Kim that hologram of Robert Kardashian? You could be a big Ange hologram for her family.
Damn, that's a great idea. I think we should put that together. I think Michael Landon, though, Bonanza, the episode of Bonanza has one of our favorite moments in it, where the guy just repeats "duty." It's my duty. It's my duty. It's my duty. Yeah. It sounded like poop. It was funny.
I like the finale of Bonanza. It was kind of like a most dangerous game situation where a man's hunting Michael Landon. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that sounds like Michael Landon's every day with that type of top beef.
Being hunted for sexual desirability.
Yes, that was what I was going for.
Do you think Surviving the Game would have been a better movie had Michael Landon played the Ice-T part?
Is that the movie where they're in the RV and they're getting hunted or whatever? They go to the boxing match, or is that Judgment Night?
No, that's Judgment Night. They just get they witness a crime. In Surviving the Game, Rutger Hauer seduces a bunch of homeless people or bribes them and takes them to the woods and kills them for sport. Except Ice-T.
It's dark. I don't
He sends them a highway to heaven. All right.
All right. My battery may die, so I may have to join from my phone in a minute. So I apologize if that happens. But I forgot to. I left my part of my charger at Gary's house.
We had Chris Rock signed up to do this, but we appreciate Rob is more of a homophobe, so that's why I wanted him to do it.
My tweets are clean. I've never said anything offensive. Next category is Best Male Performance. And the nominees are Keith David from Spawn, Ashton Kutcher from The Ranch, Steven Seagal from Steven Seagal Lawman, and Brandon Watson from Black Gold.
I think it's got to be Brandon Watson. I mean,
I'm
everything.
leaning Brandon as well.
He was a poet and angry. It was beautiful.
Man, it is tight. It is very tight. Everyone got a lot of votes, but the winner is Steven Seagal from Steven Seagal Lawman.
Wow. Rob, I just want to say, you said it was tight, much like your butthole would be if someone would have sex with it, because especially for your age.
At my age, yeah, I just want to say, you're tight for your age, and I'm crushed if they don't. Next is Best Lady Performance. Best Lady Performance, the nominees are Claire Danes, Homeland, Abby Miller, Dance Moms, Victoria Gotti, Growing Up Gotti, and Chloe Sevigny, Big Love.
Ooh, Chloe Sevigny was great, but she was good. I don't know, but I think it's gonna go to Abby Lee. I mean, Abby Lee, this is her award show at this point. She's running away with everything. It's like
I kind of agree. I really was pulling for my girl Claire Danes, but it sounds like Abby Lee Miller is gonna just sweep it all. She's gonna just back her wheelchair up onto the stage and take them all home.
Which was the actress that ended up with all the DUIs?
from
Witchblade.
Yeah.
I forget her name right now.
Unforgettable.
She couldn't make it to the award show tonight. She is in rehab currently.
Although Ken Reed of the TV Guidance Counselor podcast reached out to me and told me that when she was on his podcast, she told him that she was clean and sober for a certain amount of time.
Could have been Stolen Valor, though.
Could have been Stolen Valor.
That time, a certain amount. It could be. That could mean I have a certain amount of love for my children. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
It's a little inside joke for me and Rob that we're doing.
Yeah, just a certain. John Paul argued that a certain amount could be a lot, but I said if you said a certain amount, I have a certain amount of love for my children, you'd be like, that guy's a bad dad, you know.
But a certain amount could be an infinite amount.
It could be. But But the winner of this category is Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
It's an absolute sweep. It's ridiculous at this point.
My
She's on a
squares
roll.
are fucked.
Yeah, have you guys watched any other episodes of Dance Moms?
I just keep that one finale on repeat, and it's actually just the gif of her going back and forth up and down the hallway in her cart. I'm going to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, the next category, this is going to be a great one, is John Paul's best male lover. Very good category. And the nominees are Ed McPherson, Vern Troyer's lawyer, John Cena, Ming, Lee Wei, and himself.
Nice.
I'm really pulling for Vern Troyer's lawyer.
Pulling for?
I think we all know who it needs to go to.
Who's that?
That's John Cena. I mean, the man, John Paul and John Cena have had sex on our podcast over 13 times at this point. It would be.
Yeah, we first had sex when I was in high school.
Is John Cena younger than you, John Paul?
John Cena is like only like a little bit older than me. It's kind of sad.
The winner is, of course, John Cena with 47.1%
Nice. Hustle, loyalty, respect.
Speech.
It's great. I mean, being John Cena's lover, it's not easy. This is the year that John Cena apparently got. Can someone confirm he got married this year?
Mm-hmm.
That's psychotic. He said he would never get married, and that's why we couldn't be together.
Is it a shoot? Now, John Paul, do you remember what your most favorite love scene with John Cena was?
It was definitely the first time we ended up having sex, and when I was going to high school, I was getting beat up by bullies, and he kicked down the door to my classroom and beat them all up, and then we ended up having sex. I mean,
was this at Pentucket Regional High School in the North Shore?
I mean, you read about stuff like that happening, but you just never think it's going to happen to you. But it did.
Bone down immediately.
He hit me with the 5 moves of doom up my butthole.
The next category is episodes Jack was in porn rehab. Best episode Jack was in porn rehab. And the nominees are Boys State, The Purge, Till Death Do Us Part, No Reservations, and Frasier, which you guys didn't do.
Wow, Frasier.
I don't know. I really enjoyed every episode Jack wasn't on. It's tough.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings.
These were Patreons only, right?
No, there were a couple finales.
Tough. Till Death Do Us Part. We did a lot of things you would have been interested in, like
Till Death Do Us Part. Yeah, I like Till Death Do Us Part. That family sounded so fucked.
Katie Baker typed out something I want to point out that.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Are you talking about the show with the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond?
No, this is a Canadian reality TV show.
Oh, I was way off.
And you're thinking of Brad Garrett?
Correct.
And you're supposed to raise your fucking hand, dude.
And listen to the podcast. Come on.
I want to say, I should say Kevin was a little bit late. I hope, like Steve Hubbard, he has a good excuse.
That's funny.
Maybe it's not.
It's funny if you were the first 3 people in this chat before everybody else joined.
I like Jack's writing assignment.
Kate?
Yeah. I liked your writing assignment for uploaded. Like he was even applauded for that, and then in the one immediately following it, it was like just all fart noises or something. So it's like what a roller coaster.
Right. When I was for the uploaded episode, I didn't watch that show, but I did submit a writing assignment, and it was all about how I am a bad speller, so I couldn't create my own website. I couldn't code well.
Yeah, it was about how you coded your digital afterlife poorly and how everyone else had small penises. Women in your digital afterlife, women could have sex but not fall in love.
Yeah, that was good.
One of the ones that he read was whispered so creepily, like he was in an airport bathroom phoning into the podcast. I forget which one of the phone in
remember
from
that.
rehab assignments. It might
There
have been-
were some toe taps halfway through it too. I remember hearing.
You could tell how wide his stance was as he read it.
I will say I do think a lot of the nominees in this category were hurt by being behind the paywall, because the winner by an overwhelming margin is The Purge, which was the only one that wasn't a pilot.
Nice.
John Paul's
Um,
favorite concept of all time.
I love the concept of the purge. I just think I would be great at purging.
You really haven't shown any ability to so far, though.
I'm waiting for those sirens to go off, bro.
Yeah, can you just clarify that last comment?
No.
I got it.
Thank you.
Um,
It was a rude joke that I was kidding about.
That was a weight joke, Jack.
That was a weight joke. I've been known to make one or two on the podcast, but don't
I'm
worry.
eating fucking cookies. I hope that's okay.
Hey.
We're gonna invent an all fat purge, and it's gonna be called the binge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Parks, you would like that.
Why? Why would I like that, Jack?
Oh. People can see the screen, buddy.
They only see chest down.
You got a top beef.
Yeah, it's
award
not like a
for
top beef.
reason.
What the hell?
Now let's see your bottom beef. All right, all the boys, bottom beef.
Does that mean you're dick?
Yeah,
For the Tubin Award later.
All right, Crean, what's left on the board here?
we are down to our final category. It's the one everyone's been waiting for.
Sound editing.
This is sound. This is the Gabby Carter Breakthrough. The Gabby Carter Breakthrough Artist Award. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Keep saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
The nominees are. Tension is. I'm purposely building tension here. Is it working? Yeah, if you guys could all.
Everyone
look like you're waiting
to find out if they've been nominated.
to find out what the nominees are. That's the part that everyone's the most excited about. I'm trying not to do stuff on my computer because it's about to die, but I just have to.
Oh.
Sorry. The nominees for Best Gabby Carter Breakthrough Artist of the Year Award are Beth Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Abby Lee Miller, Dance Moms, Big Ange, Mob Wives, Janessa Wainwright, Bridal Plasty, and previously unknown Henry Cavill.
Previously unknown who?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
I think because Beth and Big Ange are dead, they should be renominated for the Gabby Carter Retired Star of the Year award.
I'm thinking that because Abby Lee has been running away with it the entire series. Like if she doesn't win
Rolling
this,
away with it. Rolling away.
This will be a huge upset. So I'm really hoping that Big Ange steals it from her and shoves it in her fucking face.
I mean, all the analysts are saying that Abby Lee Miller has got it unlocked, but I mean, you can't keep Beth Chapman down,
Unless you're a gravedigger.
Well, folks, the winner is Beth Chapman, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yes!
Nice.
Good triumphs over evil.
Dog would be proud. Dog would be very proud.
Dog would be
Oh.
so excited. He might even blast off a few N-words just to get rowdy.
You know that dog is dating her best friend, right?
No!
Whoa.
8 months.
More, are
after-
you serious?
I'm dead serious. 8 months after she died, they started shacking up.
What's her breast size like?
Similar to Beth.
Yeah.
I imagine. I doubt that he wavers very far from giant, enormous titties.
I saw them in person in Vegas, and he was actually oddly handsome. I know that's weird. But
Dog
anyway.
is definitely handsome.
He's
How
got
much for the tickets?
He was very magnetic. I don't know.
Do you?
But anyway, yeah, he's banging her best friend. That's nice, huh?
Was it because
Wow.
he's a lawman? Is that what you found attractive about him?
Ew.
Do we need to add Dog the Bounty Hunter to the series finale list of accused male stars of killing their lovers?
That has grown recently.
You guys need to lay off Patton. It's not true at all.
I think the more sinister one is Jim Carrey killing his wife.
Oh yeah.
Didn't kill her.
He
Might have
did.
called her.
You know what he did do though? He did the classic, the thing that got popular in Massachusetts, where you like text the person to commit suicide.
Oh, it's popular in our
Thing in Massachusetts now.
Yeah, he stayed in the car. He did.
You found the Bundy house.
He gave her the drugs,
Her
right?
family sued him.
Who? Jim Carrey?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I think they won.
I think they did too. I can't remember, but I think you're
I think
right.
he settled out of court, but he did give them a lot of money because he murdered their daughter.
Did he
Shoot for the
represent
mask.
himself? Represent himself like in Liar Liar?
That would be funny if he represented himself like as the mask or something. I didn't see Liar Liar.
I mean,
You
he
sit
did
him
say
for the
he-
mask, just-
he said somebody stopped me and nobody did, so we're all responsible.
Oh,
He
that's-
said somebody stopped me, and he said stay in the car.
Alrighty. Well, that was super awesome, and I think we're all shocked by the win at the end. We're all happy that happened. You know, another Abby Lee Miller would have been too much. Nobody wanted to see Abby Lee again on that stage, hurting that stage. That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
But did she win the electoral finales?
Mike Pence still has a chance to turn this around for the good guys.
Don't tell him that.
So yeah, I think that's all the awards. You know, now, you know, really how we always finish up the finales is we talk about how excited we are for next year and how it's going to be wicked awesome. That turned out to be wrong last year, but it's all right. We're excited for this upcoming year, and we do want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. And then at the end, we do a countdown, and then we sing Ode Lane song. All right. So wait, Rob, do you have Ode Lane song ready?
Oh, to play the music?
Yes.
I did not. No, I don't. But I
can
will
do it.
work on that.
Can you play that from a dead computer?
Yeah, my computer is. I'm trying to get the video from what was recorded so far. Now I'm on my phone. I'm very sorry. I forgot half of my charger. I feel very stupid.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's all right.
We got through the awards
Yeah.
thing, which is the most important part.
We don't want you to feel any more depressed or whatever, and then that's
On a run,
fake
man.
news. Dude, and thank you.
Are you behind a green screen right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm in front of.
No, the
I'm
other
in front of a
green
green
screen.
screen. Yeah, I'm in front of a green screen. I would say.
You had it set up to be a locker room earlier when you were hosting.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
High school hallway.
Yeah, I'm
State's,
at
2011.
I'm at Jenny Zagrino's house, and she has a green screen, so I figured I should have a background, but I don't know how to do it on my phone. So.
Wow, celebrities showed up to the finales, folks. That's pretty good. Pretty cool. Dan Hall tried to come, but he couldn't make it. So.
Did you watch Bad Santa 2 on Christmas?
Oh, I should have. I watched a bunch of Christmas movies with Jenny, but we did not watch Bad Santa 2. We watched some very bad Christmas movies. It was a lot of fun. We watched Christmas on the Bayou.
All right. Are we going to play it? And then we'll do the countdown, right? So wait, before we play it, we got to do the countdown. All right?
Okay.
You ready, Rob?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? 10.
10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Old acquaintance
forgot. With old acquaintance
Old Lang Syne.
With old acquaintance, yes, acquaintance.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight.
Truly, thank
Fun.
you.
And,
Thank you.
you know, we might release this as an audio. We'll see. But this was awesome. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yeah, when's Jed Fest coming out?
No, that one's scraped from the annals of history because
But another
Logan
one-
O'Brien
Scraped
besmirched
from
my
what?
family.
Oh man.
Jack, and speaking of Bad Santa, too, another episode lost to the annals of history was your legendary Bad Santa joke.
Which one was that?
What was it?
Really Bad Santa, the sequel to Bad Santa 2, with some interesting makeup choices. We talked about it during Alf.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
We
Damn,
did
dude.
record. We did record.
John Paul, you broke out there.
I thought it was me.
I don't know if John is still there, but there's
no.
do you remember when that movie The Nun came out? There was like a direct to Redbox movie called Bad Nun that was just a knockoff of that movie. But me and John Paul thought it was like one of those movies that's like about, you know, like Bad Santa or Bad Teacher or that movie about that bad news bear. But it wasn't. It was a horror movie.
What did John Paul's dad think of Bad Nun when he picked it up at the video store?
that may have been a different title, a different movie with the same title.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we had an Elf episode that recently I fucked up the audio on, and there was some pretty funny jokes in there. But
What happened to the Charmed episode? Why'd you have to scrub it from history?
The Charmed? Oh,
that was
because
Jed's basement.
yeah, the Jed's basement. It was because I think because somebody talked about my sister being a whore or something and had evidence to back it up. It was pretty rude.
Can't you just take that out?
What evidence? Like receipts?
No, I mean, I'm kidding.
A CVS receipt.
Where's the Degrassi episode?
The Degrassi episode. What happened to that? Did that not go out?
The live episode?
Drake
Yeah, never did.
Drake
might have.
ceased and desisted it. Because that's all we talked about in that episode was Drake being in a wheelchair. We didn't even talk about the actual episode.
He was Jimmy from Degrassi, was the original Abby Lee Miller.
Oh man.
Except he got shot.
He did get shot. All right. Well, this has been fun. Thank you everybody for joining. And
Thank you.
we'll see you all next year. Stay safe.
Thanks, guys.
Auld Lang Syne.
So long.